About an hour after that confession, the room is quiet again. Yin had fallen asleep, but now she wakes, not because of noise, but because of the sting spreading from her temple. Jungkook is still on the chair by her bed, leaning forward a little, phone in hand. The moment he hears Yin let out a tiny groan, he stops typing and sets his phone on the bedside table. He moves closer right away. "Hurts?" he asks, voice low and calm. Yin nods, holding her breath for a second. "My temple feels like it's being pulled." "It's the stitches," Jungkook explains softly, lowering himself so his eyes are level with hers. "2 stitches, not deep. The doctor said it's normal to throb for the first 3 hours. Dinner's coming any minute. Are you hungry?" Yin shakes her head a little. "My mouth tastes bitter." Jungkook's hand goes to her hair, stroking gently. "You still need to eat. Your body needs fuel to heal, or you'll feel weaker." He glances at the wall clock, and the minute hand sits right on 7. Almost at the same time, there's a light knock. A staff member wheels in the dinner tray: warm chicken broth, soft rice porridge, small pieces of steamed tofu, and unsweetened tea. "Good evening," the staff member says politely before leaving. Jungkook pulls the tray onto the rolling table and slides it over the bed. He lifts the lid off the soup, and a thin curl of steam rises. He doesn't say much. His hands just start moving. "Can you sit up a little?" he asks. Yin nods. Jungkook slips a hand behind her shoulders and helps her up slowly until she's in a comfortable position. Then he scoops some porridge, blows on it, and lifts the spoon toward her, never forcing. Yin parts her lips. The first spoonful lands just right. Jungkook waits for her to swallow before repeating the pattern: a spoon of porridge, a sip of soup, a pause, then a small sip of tea. His rhythm is patient, his gaze soft. "Taste okay?" he asks briefly. "Warm." Yin gives a small smile, still a bit bland, maybe because everything tastes bitter right now. Jungkook nods. "What matters is your stomach isn't empty, and you're getting enough in." On the third spoonful, Yin winces. Jungkook freezes. "Too hot?" "No, my temple feels like it's being poked when I chew." "Okay," he says. He swaps the big spoon for a teaspoon, slows down, and breaks the tofu into tiny flakes. "Let's stick to the softest stuff first. If it hurts, raise your hand." Yin lifts a brow, amused. "Like back in college when we wanted to ask the professor something?" "Like in a meeting room," Jungkook deadpans. "Hand up if you need a break." Yin lets out a short laugh and immediately regrets it. She flinches as the pain bites. Jungkook instinctively soothes her, sliding his palm over the back of her hand, gentle and steady. "How are you this? Calm?" Yin asks between small bites. "You're usually all hard lines and rules." Jungkook thinks for a beat. "Because you're hurt," he says. "The hard lines shift a little tonight." "Shift where?" Yin frowns, curious. "To patience." Yin's lips push into a small pout. "So you're only patient with me when I'm sick? Once I'm better, your patience disappears?" Jungkook chuckles softly for the first time. "It's not like that," he says, warm. "You've only seen me as your rival and your boss. That's why this side of me feels new. You just haven't seen it before." They continue. Every so often, he dabs the corner of her lips with a tissue, movements neat and no longer awkward. He doesn't nag. "No, finish it up. No, you have to be strong." Just that calming, even tempo. When Yin coughs a little, he offers the tea without being asked. "Slow," he murmurs. "No rush." When the porridge is gone, Yin asks, "Have you eaten?" "Not yet," he answers honestly. "Why don't you eat first?" "Because I wanted to make sure you ate." He glances at his phone. "Kai's bringing food here in a bit, along with a change of clothes." Yin's cheeks warm. "Kai is Jungkook's driver at the office. You don't mind Kai knowing you're staying here to look after me?" "Nope, he knows I'm staying over tonight anyway." And sure enough, not long after, Kai arrives with 2 paper bags, one with food, the other with a change of clothes. "The food's in the small pantry, sir. I've also put your change of clothes in the bathroom," Kai said briefly, his eyes flicking awkwardly between Jungkook and Yin, the kind of glance that made the air instantly thick, as if he'd just walked in on something he shouldn't have. Noticing Yin's discomfort, Jungkook spoke up calmly. "Thanks, Kai," he said, his tone polite but firm, paired with a small gesture that clearly meant "you may go now." Kai gave a quick bow before exiting the room. The door closed behind him with a soft click. Jungkook began unpacking the paper bags: homemade soup in a small thermos, soft bread, and a bottle of honey. "If it tastes bitter, we can work around it," he said. He poured warm tea into a cup and added a little honey. "Try this. It's gently sweet, won't make you queasy." Yin took a sip and nodded. "Much better." Jungkook had just sat down and opened his own meal when his phone buzzed. Do-hyun was calling. He glanced at Yin, then answered in a low voice. Yeah, okay. Send the pre-meeting docs to the exec channel email. Hold the media statement. Wait for the PR draft. Timeline? Tomorrow at 9. Yeah, I'll review it tonight. Thanks. He ended the call. Sorry, project update. You can go if you need to. It's okay, Yin said softly. No, promised I'd stay with you. Promise is a promise. He set his phone face down, ate quickly but neatly, then focused back on her. If you're sleepy, go ahead and sleep. I'll read the files here. Yin watched him, heart thumping. So this is Jungkook in boyfriend mode, truly all in, the same way he's all in as a rival and as a boss. Her cheeks warmed. If he ever became her husband, he'd be all in at that too. And if someday he became a dad, he'd be all in then as well. The thought made her blush. Why did you vote postpone in the reunion group? Yin asked suddenly, half teasing, half curious. Jungkook turned to her calm. 2 reasons. 1, things at work are busy, and if I get a day off, I just want to rest. 2, I don't want us to turn into a guessing game before we're clear about how we want to show up to our friends. They'll be shocked enough to find out you work at my company now. Yin smiled a little. True, especially now that we're dating. Exactly. Since we're dating, it's clearer. No need to hide anything from them, he said. He stood, took off his watch, and set it on the nightstand. This means I'm off work mode, he said lightly. So what mode is it? Boyfriend mode, he answered, just as calm. Yin chuckled softly and rubbed her temple. In that case, boyfriend, can you fix my pillow? The one on the right's a bit crooked. On it. Jungkook adjusted the pillow carefully, then glanced at the bandage on her temple, wincing a little. Still hurts? He asked gently. Yeah, it still hurts, Yin whispered. Jungkook exhaled. Why didn't you tell me you weren't feeling well, Yin lowered her gaze. Because you were so cold when you were in boss mode. His fingers gently lifted her chin so her eyes met his. Starting now, no more of that, okay? He said, the warning soft. If you feel unwell at the office, you tell me right away. Yin just nodded obediently. His hand moved to her neck, fingertips checking her temperature. Your fever's not going up. Good. Night crept slowly. The wall clock turned without a sound. When the nurse came in to check on her, Jungkook stepped back to give space, then returned to his chair. Sometimes he read documents on his tablet. Every time Yin stirred, his eyes lifted instantly. Jungkook, Yin called, half asleep. Yeah? I'm glad you care about me. I like your boyfriend version more than the rival or the boss. Jungkook smiled softly. Then we should see each other outside the office more often. Yin nodded, settled into a comfortable position, and closed her eyes. On the chair, Jungkook leaned back, still holding his phone and answering a few emails, glancing at Yin now and then to make sure his girl was okay. The next day, Yin was cleared to go home after her morning checkup. On the way, they stopped to pick up some groceries. When they reached her apartment, Yin worked up the courage to take Jungkook's hand. Stay with me, at least till the evening. If you can, till tonight, she whispered. I don't want to be alone. Jungkook paused for a beat. He understood she was really asking him not to go into work today, but he couldn't bring himself to refuse. So, he nodded. Okay, I'm here. Then he took out his phone. Let me let the office know. He typed quickly. Sulji, I'm WUF or caretaking until tonight. The 2 p.m. meeting, Do-hyun will lead. All materials are in the Mira Plaza. Final folder. Urgent tag PO. Thank you, Yin murmured as she sat down carefully. Sorry for making you skip work todays. This isn't skipping. Jungkook gave a small smile. This is called taking care of my girlfriend. Yin smiled, cheeks turning pink. So are you in boyfriend mode or boss mode right now? She teased. You can tell from this. Jungkook lifted his bare wrist. His watch was tucked in his pocket. If I'm wearing the watch, I'm the boss. If it's off, I'm the boyfriend. You're really sticking to that? Yin giggled. Yeah, so you always know, he said simply. He walked to the kitchen and mixed warm lemon honey tea, setting it on the table. Your meds are at noon and at 10 tonight. Jungkook stuck a note on the fridge. 12:00 lunch and meds, 3:00 snack, 7:00 dinner, 10:00 snack and meds. Underneath in small letters, call Jungkook anytime. Very boss-like, Yin teased. Neat freak boyfriend, Jungkook shot back easily. He opened the paper bag, cut fruit, low-sodium seaweed soup, soft bread. Want to eat first or take a 20-minute nap? Nap first, but don't go far. I want to nap right here, Yin said, half shy. I'm not going anywhere, Jungkook helped her lie down on the long sofa, propping a pillow, tilting her head slightly so the bandage wouldn't press. His fingertips checked the side of her neck, warm and steady. Yin closed her eyes. Her breathing evened out. Jungkook sat on the other end of the sofa with his tablet on his lap and did what work he could. Every time Yin shifted, his eyes flicked up, pure reflex. 25 minutes later, Yin opened her eyes. "You're really not leaving?" "Told you, I'm staying. Now let's get you some lunch." They ate together, and of course, Jungkook fed Yin patiently again. That's how he cared for her, until, without them noticing, night rolled in. Jungkook prepared the last meds of the day. He read the label out loud to double check, then handed her some water. "This is the last dose for tonight. You've got one more day of meds tomorrow." Yin nodded and swallowed. "You sure you'll be okay if I leave you here alone?" Jungkook asked, clearly worried. Yin nodded firmly. "I'm better now. Don't worry." Jungkook smiled softly and stood to head out. He leaned in and pressed a gentle kiss to her forehead. "Don't go to the office tomorrow. Just rest at home. I'll come by after work to check on you." Yin nodded with a smile, then slipped her arms around his waist. "Can I get a hug?" she asked, sweet and a little needy. Instead of answering, Jungkook opened his arms and wrapped her up, holding her carefully. One hand stroked her hair. They stayed like that for a few quiet minutes before they let go, and Jungkook said his goodbyes for the night. 2 days later, Yin was back at work. Morning on the 45th floor felt familiar. The elevator chime, the click of shoes on gray carpet, the smell of coffee from the executive pantry. Yin walked slowly but steadily. The thin bandage on her temple was neatly hidden beneath bangs brushed to the side. In front of the CEO's door, Yin paused for a split second to steady her breathing. She knocked twice. "Come in." Jungkook's voice came, flat, the office tone she knew well. Yin entered with a tablet and a folder. Jungkook glanced over then, lifted his wrist. The watch was on. Yin gave a tiny nod. "Got it, boss mode." "Morning agenda?" Jungkook asked curtly. 9:00 internal budgeting, 10 o'clock call with Mara Plaza, 11:15 investor deck walkthrough. All files are in the ED1 folder, Yin replied crisply. "I've also prepped options in case the CFO asks for a timeline adjustment." "Good, top 3 risks." Jungkook leaned back, gaze focused. "Vendor signage may run late. Mitigation. Backup vendor. Second, the mayor's photo op timing. I've moved it 15 minutes earlier. Third, tenant A's contract finalization. Legal wants 1 extra clause. Drafts in Appendix B. Noted. Print hard copies for the 9 o'clock. They're already on the conference table. Left to write an order, sir." For a moment, Jungkook's jawline softened, barely, but Yin caught it. "Good," he said briefly. Yin turned to leave, but Jungkook added, "Park Yin." She looked back. "Yes, sir." Jungkook stood and walked closer. The watch was still on his wrist, but his voice dropped half a notch. "Your temple?" he asked shortly. "I'm okay," Yin answered just as briefly. "If it throbs, I'll take a painkiller. If it's more than a throb, stop working for 2 hours," Jungkook said, still in boss tone, but the words, weirdly sweet. Yin bit back a laugh. Order received. Jungkook checked his watch then, without a word, slipped it off and put it in his pocket. The signal changed in an instant. "Feeling weak in the knees?" he asked more softly now. "A little, if I stand too long." After the 10 o'clock call, sit in the quiet room for 15 minutes. I'll have Sulji cover the investor reception desk. Done. The watch stayed in his pocket. Yin eyed him, amused. "So the boss mode slides off and snaps back on, huh?" "Boyfriend mode that still follows protocol," Jungkook said lightly. In the elevator, it was just the two of them. Stainless steel mirrored their faces in a cooler tint. Jungkook stood half a step ahead, Yin beside him, holding the folder. "Yin," Jungkook said quietly. "Yeah?" "At 9, you handled the legal questions calmly," he said. "Good job." Yin turned, a little surprised. "Thank you, sir." And Jungkook leaned his head slightly closer. "We'll change your bandage at lunch. I brought new strips. I want to check how the wound's healing later." The elevator chimed, ding. The door slid open. Jungkook stepped out first, his office expression back in place. That short comment hung sweetly in the air. That afternoon, Yin was still busy arranging the CEO's schedule for the week when Jungkook's voice came through the intercom. "Come to my office now." Yin checked the time, almost noon. Was he really serious about having lunch together? A soft knock sounded at the door. "Come in," Jungkook said, his voice calmer than usual. As Yin stepped inside, she stopped at the doorway. On the coffee table by the sofa sat 2 matte gray lunchboxes, 2 wooden chopsticks, and bottled water. The room carried a gentle scent, a mix of cedar and barley tea. "Sit," Jungkook said, and this time he didn't sound like a CEO. He was lounging on the sofa, watch already off his wrist and set on the side table. Clear signal. Not boss mode, boyfriend mode. Yin walked over slowly and set her folder on the chair. "You already got lunch ready?" she asked with a small smile. "Yeah, I ordered from your favorite place," Jungkook said casually. "So you'll actually eat well before getting back to work." He patted the spot beside him. "Come here. Before we eat, let's change your bandage." Yin sat down, heart beating a little faster. Jungkook picked up a small kit, sterile gauze, antiseptic, and fresh strips. His hands moved carefully, precisely, but gently. "Look at me," he said softly, leaning in. The space between them nearly disappeared. Yin could feel her breath meet the air between them. He peeled the old bandage off slowly so it wouldn't tug her skin. "Still hurt?" "No, just a little itchy. Maybe it's starting to dry." "Good sign," he murmured with relief. He dabbed around the wound with a small cotton pad, sweeping so lightly it was like he was afraid to hurt her. "It's drying really well. Maybe 2 more days and you can go without a bandage." He pressed on a fresh strip. "All done," he said, voice gentler than usual. His gaze lingered on her face a few seconds longer, enough to make Yin glance down, flustered. "Why are you looking at me like that?" Yin whispered. "Just checking." Jungkook smiled faintly. "You look much healthier and happier than last week." Yin's cheeks flushed to her ears. "Well, yeah, last week, my boss was cold and stiff. Now my boss is super sweet. And also my boyfriend. So I'm way more excited to work." Jungkook chuckled and straightened up. "Okay, lunchtime." He opened the lunch boxes. Warm aromas of grilled chicken, multi-grain rice, and clear soup filled the air. He handed a pair of chopsticks to Yin and kept one for himself. "Isn't it weird to eat together like this at the office?" Yin asked, scooping some rice. "Nope," Jungkook said easily. "Just a tiny bit dangerous if staff walk by and see us like this." "Dangerous for who?" "For me," he smirked. "People will gossip that the boss spoils his secretary too much." Yin laughed softly. "But the gossip would be true." "That's the problem," he said, meeting her eyes with meaning. "If it were false, I could deny it. If it's true, I can only keep quiet." Yin looked back at him, cheeks warming. "You know you're not just sweet right now, you're dangerous." "If danger looks like you, I'm fine with it," Jungkook shot back, and Yin lightly swatted his arm. "Ow," he teased, rubbing the spot. "My girlfriend's fierce. My boyfriend's a smooth talker." "But you're smiling," he said calmly, ladling some soup. Yin ducked her head, unable to stop the smile tugging at her lips. A small silence fell, warm, not awkward. Jungkook held out a bite of chicken toward her. "Try this. It's still hot." "Feeding me too?" Yin's eyes widened. "Of course. You're my special patient," he said, blowing on the spoon before offering it. Yin parted her lips and took the bite. Her eyes met Jungkook's steady and unblinking. For a moment, the world narrowed, just the two of them in the CEO's office, the glass walls reflecting 2 people who no longer fought but soothed each other. "How is it?" Jungkook asked gently. "Warm," Yin whispered. "Like you." Jungkook laughed under his breath, voice dropping. "If you say that again, I might forget we're on work hours." Yin looked at him, half teasing. "Then forget." His smile widened, though his eyes stayed serious. "You're dangerous. And you're still in boyfriend mode." He shrugged. "Unfortunately, yeah." Silence settled in again, longer this time. Yin set her chopsticks down and looked at the half-empty plate. "I didn't expect we'd be like this." "Like what?" "Calm," Yin said. "Before, every time we shared a room, it felt like a mini battle. Now we're having lunch together in the busiest room in the building." Jungkook leaned back and looked at Yin, who was resting against the other side of the sofa, only a hand's breadth between them. "I like this," he said quietly. "Like what?" "Calm, but still you," Jungkook replied. "I can see you working hard, and I can also make sure you don't forget to rest." Yin bit her lower lip. "You know you're dangerous when you say things like that while looking at me like that." Jungkook smiled small and reached out. His fingers brushed her temple, right above the fresh bandage. "This is the important part," he said softly. "Don't get it wet this afternoon. If it itches, don't scratch, press it gently." Yin held his gaze, eyes soft. "Yes, Dr. Jian." He laughed quietly. This doctor only has one patient, and she's very spoiled. Yin rested her head on his shoulder. If I'm spoiled, that means you've made me feel safe. If you feel safe, that means I'm doing this boyfriend thing right, and all in. They sat there, quiet. Sunlight streamed through the windows. Jungkook stroked Yin's hair and closed his eyes for a second. No sound but the ticking clock and their breathing, side by side. Yin lifted her head slowly and looked into the eyes of the man who was truly hers now. Jungkook. Yes, baby. His right hand cupped her left cheek, tender. Thank you for caring for me, for staying, and thank you for loving me. Jungkook chuckled softly, his thumb still caressing her cheek. A thank you isn't enough, he said with a mischievous smirk. Yin blinked, confused. Then, his thumb slid to her lips, tracing lightly. Kiss me, Jungkook murmured. I'd rather have a kiss than just a thank you. Yin's eyes went wide, and nerves fluttered. Jungkook, He leaned in closer. Kiss me, baby, he whispered. I've wanted to feel your lips for a long time. His thumb kept stroking the curve of her mouth. Like she'd been gently bewitched, Yin nodded, closed the distance, and kissed him, soft at first. Jungkook smiled into it before the kiss deepened, his response warm and sure. The wide, normally cool room felt different now, warmer, because the people inside it were happily, helplessly in love.